Hello, everybody. Sorry we're running a little bit late tonight, but welcome to another episode of Kansas Missing and Unsolved podcast. I'm Rickey Tsuruggi, and with me is DerekElliford. How's it going, Derek?
What's up, Rickey? How you doing, man?
Oh, just another day in the life of a busy Rickey Tsuruggi.
That's what I hear, man. That's what I hear. You're kind of
And,
busy doing stuff.
yeah, keeping myself busy, that's for sure.
I think
Got
a lot
off
of our
work.
regulars aren't going to be here tonight, man. Everybody's going to sleep already.
Probably not. Probably not. It's a little bit later
Handle
than we
that.
liked it to be, but
They can't handle that late night
okay.
express.
Cool. I was just checking on one of the ones we're going to cover tonight. The Piper Ivy Johnson. She's been located and safe, and her
awesome.
non-custodial mother was taken into police custody. So that's one we don't have to cover tonight.
Did you get my private message?
No.
Oh, it's over there on private chat. I just told you
No.
to pull Stephanie Welch because we're going to Garden City podcast page tonight.
Oh,
And I wanted to cover her case towards the end of the show. We got Christopher Unruh in the house. Roxanne Fisher Jackson's here. Wow. Melissa Hamill Gonzalez, what's up from Garden City? How you doing? Trisha Arnold over in YouTube land. She's wide awake still.
Awesome.
Deborah Click from Larned's in the house. We got some people awake.
Good deal. Sorry we're running late, folks. Got off work, and of course we had some late shoppers that kept us there for a little while longer than expected, and I had to get gas in my car, and then a friend of my daughter's is staying the night tonight, so I had to go get her and bring her here, and got home and then had to walk the dogs, and finally got to get on the computer. How's my video feed coming in? Because from what I'm seeing on screen, my lips don't match what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's the ticker. I'll take it off here in a second. We got Wichita. Shanna's in the house from Wichita. How you doing, Shanna? Yeah, man. Exciting stuff. We got a packed show. I forgot about the show completely. And I was got a voice memo from Rickey. He's like, I'm running late. And I was like, you're running late. I haven't even started. So some of our flyers might look a little rushed tonight. I had to hurry up and make them. Diana's here. What's up, Diana?
Hey, Diana.
10:30 in Central Kansas. She says I work night shift.
Yeah, we were discussing before the show the next Saturday to work because we're getting ready to spring ahead an hour on time tonight, about 2:00 in the morning. And I was telling Derek that would mean, unless they change their minds, that we're going to go to a 10:00 close on Saturdays, which means I won't get home until about 10:30, 10:40. So I'm not sure what we're going to do, but we'll get it figured out.
We'll figure something out. Kathy's here from Hutchison. Audra Harris here.
Hey, Audra.
Got some people here. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get it figured out. Yeah, life throws curveballs at you. I started a new job, and they're making me with the summertime. That's when people are home, and I gotta be knocking doors at night. But hopefully, it's a lot more lucrative job, and I'll be able to have some afford some privileges. Be able to do some more things with my family and with this show and everything. If I get a little bit more money in the bank. I'm from Wichita, Kansas. I'm watching from Tulsa, Oklahoma. Hello, Marlene. Thanks for stopping by.
I'm also, we almost forgot to add one to our list tonight. It's the namesake of the show.
Oh, yeah. I will add that one.
Yeah. I was like, uh-oh.
Diana's from Salina.
I'm pulling that one right now.
Yeah, I'll get it pulled too.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, let's take a quick break. We'll come back and we'll start covering some flyers.
Okay.
You're watching the Kansas Missing and Unsolved podcast. We'll be right back after this.
All right.
If you or someone you know is thinking of running from home, has run away, or if you are a runaway ready to go back home, call 1-800-RUNAWAY. That's 1-800-786-2929.
All right, we're going to start off with, excuse me, Daniella Bella Herrera. As soon as I figure out where she's hiding, there she is. Missing from Everest, Kansas since January 26, 2022. She's 16 years old. She is 5'5", weighs 130 pounds, has brown hair and brown eyes. It's believed she may be in the Atchison, Horton, Troy, or rural Kansas or Nebraska areas. And she's 16 years old. She's 5'5", weighs 130 pounds, has brown hair and brown eyes. If you have any information regarding Daniella's disappearance or you know of her whereabouts, please call the Brown County, Kansas Sheriff's Office at 785-742-7125. Excuse me, or the KBI at 785-296-4017, and see if we can't help get Bella located and back to where she needs to be.
Never heard of Everest, Kansas.
I haven't either.
We got to go on tour. We got to see all these towns.
Gonna have to.
A Kansas tour. We'll see. Say hi to everybody. Scott Messerschmitt's in Emporia.
What about the guy from Ulysses? I'm assuming they mean Alexander Perez.
Still at large.
Yep, still missing.
Sad deal.
Yeah.
So I saw something on Snapchat. I don't know the person's name, nor would I say it on this show.
Yeah.
But somebody had posted my favorite rumor about me is me and my dad killed somebody from Ulysses.
Wow. Oh, wow.
So it's I don't, even if that said person has nothing to do, shut up. Just shut up talking about it. Like, if you had nothing to do with it, shut up. If you had something to do with it, then go to jail. But like, it's just the level of disrespect. Like, what was the flyer we shared the other day? The one I sent you, the girl that took off to Florida.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Thankfully, she was found safe.
Yeah. So she was groomed basically by like an older guy. She was like what, 13 or 14?
13. Yeah.
13-year-old girl. She gets talked into running off to meet some guy who's older.
25. Yeah.
And luckily they catch her and they find her, bring her home. And people are on the internet mad at her, mad at the 13-year-old girl, not the 25-year-old man that lured a 13-year-old across state lines. They're mad at the 13-year-old girl for being gullible enough to go. Yeah. Like, what are you talking about? Like,
yeah, saying stuff like hoping that she pays restitution for what she did and all this. I'm just like, what? Really? Seriously?
Yeah, people are bored. No. People, that's just disgusting. I don't think.
And the guy was apparently an over-the-road truck driver. She was found in a Bobcat semi, which just means it wasn't pulling its trailer; it was just the tractor.
So it sounds like he just a guy with a truck. Doesn't sound like he was hauling anything. Doesn't sound like he had any money.
No,
not making any money. I mean, the guy's a piece of trash, and people instead of doing a witch hunt against him, people are spending time like, well, this 13-year-old should have to pay back the police. Shut up.
They're victim blaming, and that's just wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, that makes other, if other teens see that or other kids see that are out there running away and stuff like that, that's going to make them want to stay hidden even more and even harder. And that's not right.
Jamie says one of my blaming. Yeah, exactly. Jamie says one of my friends knows where he is and the cops won't do anything.
She's
I've heard where
about the guy from Ulysses.
Yeah. I've heard rumors about where his remains are, but I think they're just rumors. And honestly, Jamie, if you know something, and if you're saying the cops won't do anything,
call KBI. Call
KBI. Call somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Message us on the page. We'll see what we can do. We know a lot of law enforcement.
Maybe even call the Kansas City field office of the FBI.
Yeah, just message us. We can give you a ton of phone numbers if you know actual information about what happened to AJ Perez. There might be some cops that won't do anything.
Oh wow! Check this one.
Wow.
Oh man!
I mean, again, if it's not rumors, then we have to contact the page. If there's one bad cop that's not doing anything about it, there's somebody else that'll do something about it. If there's real information, if there's evidence laying out there that can be collected, because you can't go based off hearsay. You have to actually go find evidence to prove all these stories.
Right. Yeah, because police won't go off hearsay. And Christopher is saying it's not the kid's fault. There's a lot of sick people in this world. The truck driver should have known better. Yeah, definitely. And, instead of blaming her, they need to find out, did this dude coerce her into running? I
Jamie, I'll say this. I appreciate what you're doing. But just before you say too much on a public forum where anybody can see what you're saying, send us a message on Facebook. If something terrible happened to AJ and somebody's responsible for something terrible happened to AJ, they might not be too happy with you spilling secrets on a Facebook live stream. So just message the page. We can hook you up with the right people to talk to. But just be careful.
Page.
I don't care what you post. I'm just saying anybody can see this show. We have a lot of viewers throughout the state of Kansas. So if you post something on this public forum, just be careful. I just want you to be safe. But if you have information, contact the page, and we can try to hook you up with some KBI agents and stuff. Yeah, she said, including those talking about a 13-year-old having to pay back. It's ridiculous. No. People are bored. Got nothing going on.
I can't believe they would say something like that. I saw that and it blew my mind. I'm just like, seriously? I mean, huh?
It's disgusting. Tell us about Donovan.
Okay. We've covered him a time or two before, but I don't know. I covered him again. He's from Paola, Kansas, or missing from Paola, Kansas since October 29, 2021. He's 17 years old. He's 5'9", weighs 135 pounds, has black hair and brown eyes. It's believed that he's in the Crossroads area in Kansas City, Missouri, or the Overland Park, Kansas area. Again, he's 17, 5'9", weighs 135 pounds, has black hair, brown eyes, and his ears are pierced. He frequently wears a black cap or a hoodie to cover his hair. If you have any information regarding Donovan's disappearance or you know of his whereabouts, please call the Miami County, Kansas Sheriff's Office at 913-294-3232, extension 128, or KBI at 785-296-4017, and see if we can't help get Donovan found and back to where he needs to be.
Yeah, it's been a while. October 29th of 21.
Yeah, it's been a while.
I mean, is he 18 now? Because I was so busy now. I just pulled an older one we had.
No, I think I still have him at 17 on mine as well. Yeah, still 17. Let me check KBI and see if maybe they've updated that or they still have him at 17 as well.
Yeah.
It says here, nope, should still be in 17.
So I feel bad for his family too, Jamie. AJ's got a lot of people worried about him, and I think a lot of people. I'll say this, Jamie. I don't think his family's super hopeful that he's still around as far as breathing. I think that they've kind of made peace with the fact that he's probably not with us anymore. But you're right. If you know what happened, I just sent you a message privately with KBI's number. But yeah, just be safe. Don't say too much stuff publicly. You don't know.
Right. You don't want people. You don't want to get people coming after you.
Yeah, that's not worth it. It's not worth it. Trust me. I got a lot of people that'd like to shut me up, but luckily I keep my cards pretty close to the vest. So not really saying anything to get me or Rickey in trouble ever. Tell us a little bit about Clinton Devin Nelson.
Yeah, this is an out-of-state one here.
Old case.
He's missing from Princeton, Louisiana since September 1st of 2006. It's coming up on 16 years. He's 21 when he went missing. He's now 36. He's 6'1", 160 pounds, blonde hair, blue eyes. He was last seen at approximately 8:30, leaving a party at a friend's residence in the vicinity of 800 block of Ward Lane and Highway 80 in Princeton, Louisiana. His father called him, and Clinton said he'd seen police lights in the area and thought the police were chasing him. He's never been heard from again. Clinton was carrying his cell phone, which was a flip phone style cell phone, and wallet at the time of his disappearance. Neither of those have been located, and there hasn't been any activity on his phone since he vanished. Clinton lived with his father in Houghton, Louisiana. I hope I said that correctly. At the time of his disappearance, and was working on an oil rig. His family stated he was behaving normally prior to vanishing, and it is out of character for him to be out of touch with them. He was last known to be wearing a T-shirt, blue jeans, a black knit cap, new red and white DC sneakers and with red trim, a new black leather belt, and white ankle socks with gray bottoms. Clinton has been diagnosed with a heart condition. He may have been taking medication at the time of his disappearance. Authorities and Clinton's family believe that he is dead, and his family's offered a reward for the recovery of his remains. I don't know what the amount of that reward is. I haven't been able to find that. If you have any information regarding Clinton's disappearance or you know of his whereabouts, please call. Hope I say this right too. I'm going to say it's Bossier County, Louisiana Sheriff's Office at 318-965-2203, and let them know what you know about Clinton and where he may be or what may have happened to him, so they can bring him home. Hopefully safe, but if they do find him deceased, at least they can give him, lay him to rest properly. So, yep. So please, if you know anything, let them know. And Andrea Vian's here from Junction City. So she's sorry she's late. She's been dealing with shower, hot water not wanting to turn off and having to wait until Monday to get the rental property to send somebody out. Oh my goodness. That's not good, Andrea.
Issues. Yeah, that's terrible. I was in a credit repair until I started working in pest industry, and a lot of people looking for loans, and it just blew my mind how many slumlords there are out there. It seems like everybody's apartment or house was falling apart, and people that owned it weren't doing much about it.
Right.
Seems like a pretty common thing in this country of just people just having a lot of issues with their residents and nobody does anything about it. I lived in an apartment for a year before I bought my house, and it was horrible. Nothing worked.
Well, I've been living in this apartment that I'm in for just a little over 11 years, and sometimes it's been a little challenging getting things taken care of.
Yeah.
Not every time, but certain things. Like, it seems like once a winter, it never fails that this relay in my furnace goes out, and I start getting cold air instead of warm air, and I got to get a hold of him and say, hey, relay burned through again, so he can come out and fix it. And instead of fixing it, he takes the relay out and clips off the burn part, twists it back together, and shoves it back in the furnace, and it works again.
I hope you got smoke detectors, man.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
When they're hot patching stuff together, you got to be careful.
Mm-hmm. He just continues to fix it and fix it and fix it.
Yeah, there's a lot of just bad landlords out there. Yeah. Tell us about Eli Hopkins Mitchell.
Yep, I just updated his flyer. I added that picture on the lower right corner there with the PFG hat on it there. It was sent to me a couple of days ago, and I was asked to add it, so I did. He's missing from Topeka, Kansas. It's October 21st, 2021. 16 years old. He is 6'1", weighs 220 pounds. He has blonde or strawberry hair and blue eyes. He generally goes by the name Eli Hopkins and kind of drops the Mitchell. He's suspected to be either in Jefferson, Jackson, or Shawnee County counties in Kansas. I did see some comments on this flyer after I posted it talking about he may have been seen in Wichita as well, so it might keep your eyes open down there in Wichita as well. Again, he's 16 years old. He's 6'1", weighs 220 pounds, has blonde or strawberry hair and blue eyes. If you have any information regarding Eli's disappearance or you know his whereabouts, please call the Topeka, Kansas Police Department. It's 785-368-9247 or 785-368-9200 or the KBI at 785-296-4017 and see if we can't get Eli found and back to where he needs to be. He's been missing for some time himself now. So it's time to get him found and back home.
Andrea says she runs through, what is that, June cons?
I have no idea.
I don't know what that is.
I don't either.
Yeah. But see, I own my house, and now when things break, I have to fix it. So I'm the bad landlord. I need to fix a bunch of stuff right now that I haven't been able to afford to fix. So I'm a bad landlord.
Ain't cheap, that's for sure.
No, man. It's like we need a new electrical panel because it's from like the 80s or 70s, maybe even 60s. It's just old. And so I called the electric people. They came out, and then he's like, we'll do all this, this, and this, and this, and this, and this. And he went through this whole list, and I was like, awesome. And he's like, $20,000. I was like, what? He's like, we'll just put a new board in there, and we'll call that a Band-Aid fix, and that's $5,000. I was like, I'll call you when I have $5,000. So I'm saving up $5,000 so I can put a Band-Aid on my electrical. I mean, that's expensive, man.
Well, the furnace on my apartment, it's the original from the 70s.
That's what I'm saying, man. Stuff gets old, and you got to replace. And that's why you're replacing something each year.
Yeah.
It just gets old, man.
Yeah.
We got to get rich, Ricky. So we start buying lottery tickets.
Something.
I'll go halvesies with you.
I'll be happy if I can just replace my car. Let me tell you what, because she's getting to where she's on her last legs, and I've got to do something. I just can't afford to at the moment.
Well, if it gets too bad, I can start dancing again.
Yeah. All right. Well, look at Dakota Gilmer. He still has not been located. He's been missing since October 17th, 2021 from Wichita, Park City, Kansas area. My understanding is he lives in Park City, but he went missing from the Wichita area. Missing since October 17th, 2021. He's 17 years old. He's 5'8" to 6'2" tall, weighs between 160 and 170 pounds, has dirty blonde hair and blue eyes. It's believed he may still be either, most likely in Wichita, but maybe in Park City as well. Again, he's 17 years old. He's 5'8" to 6'2", weighs between 160 and 170 pounds, has dirty blonde hair and blue eyes, and he has a tattoo of an arrow on his right forearm, which you can see the picture of that there, I believe. Did you use that one when it's got the tattoo on it? Yep, you did. Okay, good.
Yeah, I did.
If you have any information regarding Dakota's disappearance or you know of his whereabouts, please call the Wichita, Kansas Police Department at 316-660-9452 or 316-660-9456 or 316-263-6011 or the KBI at 785-296-4017 and see if we can't help get Dakota located and back to where he needs to be. It's been quite some time. We need to get him found. So please help get him found. I know one of the other times we covered him, his girlfriend actually popped up in the comments and was commenting too. And I haven't seen any comments from her recently. So hopefully she's still, keeping an eye out for us to cover him and
right.
lets us know something.
Right. Because sadly, that's kind of how we locate safe people, is somebody who reaches out and tells us. We don't have the police don't call us.
No.
Hey, Rickey, pull it. We found. I mean, you have some relationship with detectives.
Yeah,
like that.
Some of them actually do. Yeah,
but most of your intel comes from family members.
Yeah, mostly.
Yeah, or people that are responsible for whoever's missing. But Rickey does have some detectives that he's friendly with, that he gets a lot of cases from. But a lot of the cases are just everyday people that message the page and say, "Hey, my friend's missing, or my son's missing, or my dog." It's just people reaching out.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Jasmine Free Johnson. It looks like there's a mosquito in here. It looks like she's see her name's come up a ton since we've been working together. Is this like this is like not the first time she's gone missing, or have we found her since the last time we covered her?
It's not the last, and I mean it's not the first time we covered her before, and she had been located safe, and then she ran again.
So I was just wondering, because it says that February 18th is pretty recent, but I didn't know if that's because I know we covered her in the past. But go ahead and tell us about Jasmine.
She's missing from Olathe, Kansas since February 18th of 2022. She is 18 years old. She is 5'7", weighs 145 pounds. She has dark brown hair with a auburn red hue to it and brown eyes. It's believed she may be in the Lawrence, Kansas area. She has a tattoo of the name Sophia on the thumb area of her left hand and cancer on her calf. It's unknown which calf it is. If you have any information regarding Jasmine's disappearance or you know her whereabouts, please call the Olathe, Kansas Police Department at 913-782-0720 or the KBI at 785-296-4017 and see if we can't get Jasmine located and back to where she needs to be.
Yeah. Time to bring her home.
Let's see, Ed and Debbie Miller popped up in the comments, but I don't see a comment. Just their names.
Ed, Debbie Miller, says they're here, but no comment.
Oh. Well, hey, Ed, Debbie Miller, I'm glad you're here.
This is an unsolved homicide we want to discuss. Yeah. And by the way, before Rickey gets into it, notice anytime we have anything with a red box, that means there's a reward. That says a U.S. Army Criminal Investigation Division, a reward of $25,000. So Rickey's going to tell you about this case.
And
I should have made the name look bigger. I just was rushing tonight, so this is an ugly flyer as far as placement and everything. But the information's on there. Ricky will go ahead and tell you what's going on.
Okay. Well, I was gonna start off by saying it was actually her younger brother that got a hold of me and asked me to make the flyer. Yeah. Yeah. On October 3rd, 2021, in Geary County, Kansas, Affinity Latanya Hayes and her newborn daughter, she was 3 weeks old at the time, moved to Kansas to live with her husband, who's in the Army and a station not too far from the park where the shooting happened. The account given was that Affinity and her husband went out for a picnic with her daughter, and as they were leaving, her husband decided to check the oil. A gunman then approached demanding money and shoots Infinity in the head and then flees on foot. Her husband then drove Infinity to Geary County Community Hospital, where she was pronounced dead. The only description of the gunman was he was about 6'1" and wearing all black. So if you have any information regarding Infinity's murder, please call the Geary County, Kansas Sheriff's Office at 785-238-2261 or after hours at 785-762-5912. You can also report a crime on the Army's Criminal Investigation Division website at www.cid.army.mil/report-a-crime.html, or you can call 253-441-7891. And the U.S. Army Criminal Investigation Division, or CID, is offering a $25,000 reward for information leading to the arrest and conviction of the person responsible for Infinity's murder. So let's see if anybody has any information regarding Infinity's murder, please, either call the Geary County Sheriff's Office or get a hold of the Army CID and let them know what you know about Infinity's murder.
Wow.
I was reading through the comments on her flyer, and a lot of people have their opinions regarding who they think did it. Some were commenting they think it was odd for the husband on a whim to check the oil, at that particular time and things like that. And so I don't know. Don't know. And Debbie Miller says, LOL, thank you, Marshall County.
Right.
It says she sent stars, no comments, LOL. Huh. Okay. And Andrea over there in Junction City says this one is so sad and it's so close to time. Yeah. Manhattan and Junction City are next door neighbors over there.
Oh, she sent stars. Somebody sent us stars. Awesome. Yeah. Thanks, Debbie Miller.
Yeah, thank you. We just recently set that up, so thank you.
Yeah, we're not really sure what it means. Yeah. It said, do you guys want to have stars? We were like, yeah, we don't really know what stars do. Yeah. But we appreciate stars. That's cool. We like stars. That's awesome.
And Trisha's saying, so sad. It is sad. And from what I've seen, on her brother's Facebook, they were very, very close. Infinity and her younger brother. And Roxanne Fisher Jackson says it gives us money. The stars do. And Trisha says it's money.
Well, that's perfect because I've actually started. Does Taco Bell take stars, Trisha? Because I'd like to spend the stars right now. I'm starving. Oh man, Taco Bell, so good. Yeah. Well, 25,000 reasons, y'all.
Yep.
To say what's going on.
Yep.
25,000 reasons. So that's just crazy case. That's just, freak of accident situation. I mean, not accident, just like that's just one of those, out of nowhere chaotic crimes. Doesn't seem like it. Maybe somebody newer. I don't know.
Audra says when they send stars, it gives you guys money.
She says, no, they don't take it. You know what's weird, dude, is the gas station by my house, Ricky, there's an ATM, and then there's also a Bitcoin machine.
Oh, Lord.
I don't even know what a Bitcoin is, dude. I was like, I'm behind on the times, man.
I don't have any idea about Bitcoins or cryptocurrency.
I don't either, but there's like, the world has moved on without me, man. I'm like, I don't even know what a Bitcoin is. I wish I did. That'd be nice.
Yeah, and Andrea is saying Junction City is Geary County, so it's just horrible that it happens right here in my hometown, or Milford is even Geary County.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's terrible. Tell us about Jessie.
Okay. She is missing from Derby, Kansas since February 21st, 2022. She's 18. She is 5'10", weighs 260 pounds, has brown hair and brown eyes. It's believed she may be in the Delta, Colorado area. If you have any information regarding Jessie's disappearance, you know her whereabouts, please call the Derby, Kansas Police Department at 316-788-1557 or the KBI at 785-296-4017 and see if we can't get Jessie located and back home where she needs to be.
Yeah. Got that police case number on the screen for those of you that take notes.
Yep.
You got to get this one figured out, y'all.
Yep, definitely.
It's past the time frame of where it's just like an accident where she went somewhere and forgot to tell somebody. It's now getting to the point where it's like there's, she needs to be found. Something's going on in that case.
Yeah.
Wow. Diana says cryptocurrency is coming, so get ready for virtual wallets. We got to learn how to do it.
I'm old school, man. I like my cash. Don't take my cash from me.
Yeah, I like my cash too.
Yeah.
Tell me about Mackenzie.
Okay. Mackenzie Grayson Sawyer. Let me just do a little quick check before I do. I want to see if there's anything new on her. Excuse me. Because I know her dad was really worried about him. I had been talking to her dad about her. And
really?
apparently, yeah, and I know he's really worried about her. So I want to see if he's posted anything new really quick here before I get into it.
I'm looking at Facebook. Andrea Len sent us 200 stars. Thank you so much.
Wow.
That's really cool. It won't show me any more comments though. So that's all. That's all it's going to show me.
See. Boy, he sure posts a lot of memes.
Who, me?
No. Her dad.
I was going to say, yeah, I do. I do post a lot of memes that are ridiculous.
I do once in a blue, but not very often. Good gravy.
Yeah, I like to post silly memes. Ed and Debbie Miller sent 200 stars. That's cool. I had to go look that up because it's not telling us in our program. That's really cool. We appreciate that.
Okay, it looks
Taco Bell, here we come.
Okay, looks like on March 10th, which was 2 days ago, he updated and said, "It's a great relief that I'm relieved to announce my daughter Mackenzie has been found. Due to the nature of everything at this point, I will not release any details." And then he has a long list of people he's thinking and this and that. So
the only detail that matters is we don't need to show her picture anymore because she's been found.
Exactly. That's why I wanted to double check because I haven't heard from him. Yep. So awesome. She's been okay to say.
There we go, y'all. Oh, by the way, Brandon's computer, he fixed it. And then he turned it on and he said he was sitting there and about 10 minutes later, he heard a pop. So Brandon doesn't have a computer still. I'm looking into getting him one, but we're working on it. But yeah, so that's where I will make just a regular old fashioned located safe for next week's show.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're Brandon's kind of down for the count right now.
Yeah.
Really a lot of stuff.
Send me a car while you're at it, will you?
I'm gonna send you a car too. I'm trying my best to just get rich. I don't know how I'm gonna do it. The lottery ticket, I get one a week, and it just hasn't happened. Has not come to fruition.
Because currently I'm driving a 1994 Ford Crown Victoria. She's been doing good. I've had her for about 7 years almost, and she's been doing good. But she's just starting to show her age and the miles and everything. So
yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, man. If I win the lottery, you get a car.
I got to pull his flyer because I didn't see him
Diana
on the
says,
list.
awesome. One's been located safe. Yeah, thank you so much, Andrew. That was awesome. I feel like we've covered Neff before too.
We have actually last week.
Oh, okay. So we covered this last week. Okay.
But we're going to cover him again. So just hang
well,
on.
I mean, I just, you remember Neff. You remember the name Neff.
Oh, yeah. I just have to pull his flyer because I didn't see him on the list. So. Oops, hit the wrong thing there. Okay, hold up. Okay. He is missing from Lawrence, Kansas since February 17th of 2022. He's 16 years old. He's 5'7". He weighs between 135 and 150 pounds. He has black hair and brown eyes. If you have any information regarding Neff's disappearance or you know his whereabouts, please call the Lawrence, Kansas Police Department at 785-832-7509. Or Crime Stoppers at 785-843-8477. Or the KBI at 785-296-4017. And see if we can't get Neftali found and back to where he needs to be. Let's see.
Neftali.
Yeah.
Got a cool name. Hopefully we can get some resolution on this.
Yeah.
16. So. You got a lot of time left, man. You got 2 years until you're, technically out on your own and do whatever you want, man. Go get a job. And you know what I'll tell you? Same thing I'll tell my kids. It took me 35 years. Get a job in sales. You'll do fine. You'll do fine. You'll make good money. Right. You can start out at 18. I know 2 guys that are 23 years old that are millionaires because they're in sales. I'll just say that.
Wow.
Go for it, buddy. Sell your heart's desire out. Legal products, Neff. Legal products. But I'm telling you, the world's your oyster. There's so many industries you can walk in. Nobody really talks about it, but there's so many industries in this country that you can walk into at 18 years old with no skills, and they will show you how to do what they need you to do. There's also trade schools. I'm just saying, Neff, here in 2 years, the world is your oyster. You can do whatever you want. Let's play it smart. Let's go home. Let's get back to school. Let's study. Let's do some extracurricular activities to help you with that downtime. And let's focus, man. You got a life to live. You got stuff to do. You cannot be, out right now. You have school. You have stuff to do, Neff. So let's get together and let's go home and let's live this life, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Trisha says if you figure it out, let us know how. Yeah, I will. I'm gonna have a book. It's gonna be called How to Find Riches at Age 39. Tell you what, though, man. When I was 16, my problems weren't even that bad compared to these youngsters that we cover. I know they have a lot of drama, a lot of hardships. I know that a lot of these kids don't have it easy in life. I had a fraction of the pain they have. But I mean, when I was a kid, I remember when you're 16, everything's a big deal. Everything's amplified by 10. You don't realize that, like, the older you get, you can kind of soften the blow of things not going your way. You're just like, it's just life, But like when you're 16, you think it could end the world. So I think a lot of these people that are out there right now, they're confused, they're angry, they don't know who to trust. And guess what? You're right there with everybody. That's just being a teenager. It's tough. If it gets really dark, talk to somebody, talk to a counselor, talk to a pastor, talk to anybody that you trust and that proves that they're trustworthy to you. Make sure that these people prove to you that they're worthy of your trust. But get out there and do something with your life and find some help and talk about the things that suck. And like I said, when you're 18, you can do whatever you want. Go get a job in an industry, make money, and have an awesome life.
Yeah.
Her oldest son turns 39. Well, it's a good age.
Roxanne says, Ricky Derrick, you should get a company car.
Well, I actually want to. I want to have it say Back Home Media, Kansas Missing Unsolved, have it all souped up. The dream is to have Rickey sort of travel in the state of Kansas as much as possible. And I'd like to join him as often as possible. Just, every week we say, where are you watching from? And all these people from everywhere, these towns we've never heard of. And I lived in Kansas for 18 years, 28 years, actually.
I'm a lifelong Kansan.
Yeah. And we've never heard of half these towns that you beautiful people are from. So we want to go see all these towns and see what cases are from there and really get to know those cases and stuff. So,
yeah.
And you said Piper was found, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I need to pull that. Let's go ahead and talk about Samurai.
Okay. We've talked about her before a few times, but it never hurts to talk about him one more time.
Right. And it looks like, is there new pictures on this one?
Yeah. Let me see which ones you got on the screen there. The second from the left on the top is a newer one. The one next to it is, and I believe the one, I think the one on the far right is too. Those are the three newer ones, I believe. Let's see here. She is missing from Kansas City, Kansas since February 9th of 2022. She's 17 years old. She's 5'8", weighs 135 pounds. She has black hair and brown eyes. I believe she may either be in Kansas City, Kansas or Kansas City, Missouri. And if you have any information regarding Samurai's disappearance or you know of her whereabouts, please call the Kansas City, Kansas Police Department at 913-596-3000 or the KBI at 785-296-4017 and see if we can't get her located and back to where she needs to be. Again. Because she's been found and went missing again and been found and went missing again, which she still is. And Andrea is saying that would be great. I would like to meet you guys one day. Yeah, that'd be cool. I'm all about meet and greets and stuff. That'd be fun. Matter of fact, I haven't seen Dennis Ribble pop on tonight from Muddy Waters Search and Recovery. I was watching might be. I was watching one of his videos on his YouTube a few days ago, I guess it was. And he was talking about some of the stuff he's got coming up in the future. And he's going to be here in town in April to do a search for Kenny Wrightcheck. And I was talking about me and him hooking up that day and so I can show him around and stuff like that. And he's talking about having a meet and greet somewhere. And he wants me to come up to the meet and greet and give a talk and stuff like that. So
that is awesome.
Yeah.
Have you ever met him?
Not in person, though. Just talking to him online a few times and stuff.
I've never met you.
He's back in the eastern part of the state. I want to say Leavenworth, but I don't know if that's right. I'll have to look. But I know he's got a lot of stuff planned as far as searches and stuff for the next couple of months and stuff, and he'll keep himself pretty busy. He's even talking about going out to Tennessee to do some searches in Tennessee. Well, we'll see how that goes.
I like that dude. He's got a good channel.
Yeah, he does.
If he ever wants any help with tech stuff, with like intros, stuff like that, Back Home Media's got your back, buddy. Hit us up.
Yeah, because I think right now they're just pretty much doing it through their phone, pretty much.
Yeah, I watched some of his videos, and the thing about, I call all the stuff that we do, I call that stuff true crime. The thing about true crime is the tech stuff doesn't matter. Really the only thing that matters is the content, and he provides good content. He's giving good information. So that's the only thing that matters. But this show used to have horrible tech, and then Brandon came along, got us a nice intro. We had nice located safes until his computer popped. And then, Brandon sort of adding tech to this show, I think made it easier for people to watch it. It made it more fun for people to watch and be a part of. So if he ever wants to, Back Home Media would love to help him like that. We could help him do many things. That would be awesome.
Definitely.
Tell me about Yesenia here. We've covered her.
Yeah. She is another one that's been a frequent flyer on the show. She's missing from Topeka, Kansas since January 3rd of 2022. She's 15 years old. She's 5'3" and weighs between 125 and 140 pounds. She has dark brown hair, dark brown eyes. It is believed she's still in Topeka. She had at the time that I did the flyer. I don't know if this still applies or not, but she had a broken foot, and she should be wearing a walking boot if it's still broken. And she's 15 years old. She's 5'3", weighs between 125 and 140 pounds, has dark brown hair and dark brown eyes. If you have any information regarding Yesenia's disappearance or you know of her whereabouts, please call the Topeka, Kansas Police Department at 785-368-9247 or 785-368-9551 or 785-368-9200 or the KBI at 785-296-4017 and see if we can't get her located and back to where she needs to be.
Andrew said it would be cool to meet us someday.
Yeah, that would be cool.
I'm going to be hanging out with Rickey sometime. Let me look at my calendar.
You were talking July, I thought.
Yeah, I'll tell you exactly when I can hang out with you. So I'll be in Garden City on July 1st and Dodge City on July 2nd. And then I'll be in Wamego on the 3rd and 4th.
Okay.
But we should set something up for like Tuesday or Wednesday. Even if it's just people that are local. I mean, because I've never met you. It'll be cool just to meet you. We can just go somewhere, hang out, have some food.
Yeah.
And just, but yeah, so maybe on the 6th or the, she might want to stay. We'll figure it out. But maybe, might even be fun to do a live show just from like a phone. Just like hold the flyers up, just hang out, do it. But we'll figure something out. But I plan on meeting Rickey sometime second week of July for sure.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That would be cool for sure. Tell me about Yasmine.
Okay. Well, this is one that just did the other day. A couple of days ago, I believe it was. And I don't know if I'm going to pronounce her last name right, so don't get on me too bad if I don't. No, I'm trying to. There it is up there. Okay, so Yasmine I'm going to say it's Shaibani, but I don't know if I said that right. Missing from Manhattan, Kansas since March 9th of 2022. She's 17. She's 5'2" to 5'4", weighs between 135 and 165 pounds. She has black hair and brown eyes. She was last known to be wearing a red windbreaker jacket, a white shirt, blue jeans with holes on the left side of the right leg, and Fila white shoes. She has a hoop ring in the right nostril of her nose, and she does wear glasses. And I wasn't ever sent a picture of her with glasses. That's interesting.
Right.
And let's see, if you have any information regarding Yasmine's disappearance or you know of her whereabouts, please call the Riley County, Kansas Police Department at 785-537-2112 or KBI at 785-296-4017. And I was going to kind of go back to what Derek was talking about earlier about law enforcement agencies. You know, some of them work with me pretty good. Yasmine, I was actually contacted by two different entities to have her flyer made. One was the Riley County Police Department. So they emailed me and asked me to get a flyer up there on Kansas Missing. So I did. So that's pretty cool.
So Shayna has a good point. Maybe you should meet me. Maybe we should meet on July 4th in Wamego, and we should have a huge table because Wamego is like the most famous fireworks small town display in the country. Like it's famous. You didn't know that?
Didn't know that.
Look at this. Shayna will back me up.
It's a big event.
Big event. Let me tell you what. My brother-in-law won't shut up about it. He's like, "Are y'all gonna come down to Wamego, man?" He's like, "Yeah, the best." And he'll. But the thing is they do. I just haven't ever been there for the 4th. This is going to be the first year that I'm driving out there to visit him and his wife and kids, and it's a huge event in Wamego. We should have a booth in Wamego on 4th of July. That would bring so many people to the booth, and they could see the big banner that we have. Maybe print a couple more for that day.
Yeah,
we should figure that out. That's a good idea. But yeah, Shan, I'm going to be there for the fireworks in Wamego. I'm going to go see what all the fuss is about because he says it's the bee's knees.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we'll figure it out, man. It'll be cool. Bring your kids. Let's go ahead and talk about Stephanie Welch. This one's always tough for me to talk about right there in Garden City, right there by Garden City. Now, I was living in Garden City up until around December of 2000. No. I think I was in, I don't know where I was at this point, but I was not in Garden City yet, but it was right like on the area where I moved to Garden City. So I never heard of Stephanie Welch because it was over in Lakin, 30 miles away. But we started doing this show, and it just blows my mind that this girl went missing not that long ago, 20 years ago. And like, it doesn't seem like people talked about it much in Garden City, which I think is sad. So I want to make sure we covered this flyer tonight, because this is only 30 miles away from Garden City, and this has been going on a long time. But Rickey's going to tell you about Stephanie Welch.
Yeah, and real quick, I was going to mention too that I was recently contacted by a lady at KFRM Radio 550 AM here in Kansas, and they are starting to do a deal on their website with missing kids, and they're using our flyers on their radio station website for missing kids. So it's getting our flyers out there a little bit further yet. So I thought that was pretty cool that she's doing that. I send her 2 or 3 every week, and they put them up on their website for us. So okay, Stephanie Welch missing from Lakin, Kansas since February 28th, 2001. She was 23 when she went missing. She's now 44. She's 5'8", weighs 190 pounds. She has brown hair and brown eyes. She dropped her youngest son off at his daycare in Lakin at approximately 9:15 a.m. on February 28, 2001. Earlier, she had dropped off her older child off at preschool. Authorities believe that she drove back to the mobile home she was preparing to vacate shortly afterwards. Stephanie may have returned to the property to remove some of her and her children's personal belongings. She's never been heard from again. She was engaged to Roy Moore in early 2001 and was planning to move out of her mobile home and into his house. She was driving his silver 1990 Mazda 626 at the time of her disappearance. Moore's vehicle was discovered abandoned in the private driveway of a mobile home park in southeast Lakin at approximately 11 a.m. Witnesses said that an unidentified man dressed in black walked away from the car shortly afterwards. Authorities do not believe Stephanie knew anyone inside the park and theorize that someone else drove Moore's car to the location. Her jacket and her wallet, which contained $500 in cash, was discovered on the front seat of the car. The wheel wells were covered in snow and mud, and someone drove the car for miles before parking it in the driveway. Moore picked up Stephanie's son from daycare after she failed to return by 6 p.m. He learned that his vehicle had been abandoned earlier in the day after reporting Stephanie's disappearance later during the evening. An extensive search of the area produced no clues as to Stephanie's whereabouts. Investigators believe she may have been murdered between the time she dropped off her son and the time Moore's vehicle was discovered. Authorities said that the remains could have been hidden in numerous locations. Several abandoned wells are scattered throughout the area. The man who was seen leaving her car is considered the prime suspect in her disappearance. If you have any information regarding Stephanie's disappearance or you know of her whereabouts, please call the Kearney County, Kansas Sheriff's Office at 620-655-6211 or KBI at 1-800-572-7463 or 785-296-4017. And see if we can figure out what happened to Stephanie and get her brought home where she needs to be. If their theory is correct that she's no longer with us, hopefully somebody knows where her remains are so, she can be brought home and laid to rest properly. You're muted.
The whole money in the car thing really makes me think dark stuff. It's like,
yeah, I know.
Even if you knew her, like most humans would take the money. The fact that she had money sitting in her car, and it wasn't enough money to retire, but it was a lot of money for 2001 in one place in cash.
Yeah.
The fact that they didn't even care about that little wad of money that, again, wasn't a ton of money, but it was enough money that would be, substantial. They didn't care about it enough to just leave it there. I mean, it seems very personal. Like somebody wanted to make sure nobody saw Stephanie anymore, and they didn't care about her, and they didn't care how sloppy they left it. And even though they left it sloppy, they kind of left it clean because there's not been any, there's no evidence since 20 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
I'm messaging Ashley Duft while we're doing this show.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Angels on the Moon is watching us on YouTube. Hello, Angels on the Moon. And Shannon Holstead said, yeah, JC is a good time too. Bands. Yeah, but now in Milford, LOL. And Trisha says hello and welcome. Yeah, JC has that. What do they call that? Sundown something Salute. I've been to that a few times. It's not too bad.
Right.
Shannon said she's originally from Manhattan, only been in Wichita about a year and a half.
Oh, wow.
Cool.
ICT. That's what they call it. ICT.
Yeah. Sundown Salute. That's it. Thank you, Shana. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, I'm trying to remember it's a Christian singer I saw there. I went and saw one time, and he was really good. What's his name? Mark.
Are you a fan of Carmen?
I don't think I've ever listened to Carmen, actually.
What is wrong with you?
Mark
I don't
Schultz,
know if we can do this show anymore, man. There's a lot of stuff I looked the other way on, Ricky, but you're a Christian man and you don't listen to Carmen. I
haven't. I should.
Give yourself
Mark
a
Schultz
favor.
was who I went and who me and my now ex-wife, we went and saw Mark Schultz and Sundowner Salute, and it was pretty good. He was really good. I enjoyed him a lot.
Carmen's going to hit you with hip hop. He's going to hit you with rock and roll. He's going to hit you with blues. He's hit you with everything. He's a one-man show, man. You got to look into Carmen. He just passed away though. It's sad.
Oh wow, that's too bad. Yep, Mark Schultz. It was a good show. He really was. I think
Wamigo was much better except for the bands.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Mark Schultz. Yeah,
he's good. He was really good. I can't remember which one of his songs really had me in tears too.
Really?
I think it was. I think the name was like "Walking Her Home" or something like that. It was a really good song. I haven't listened to it in a while. I need to go back and listen to it again. I think I have it on my phone. I think.
Well, just right after you listen to Carmen, you can listen to that song. You gotta go ahead and listen to Carmen first. Hey, so we're almost done here. We're gonna get out of here in a minute. We got one more flyer to cover.
Two more. One more. Sorry,
yeah,
one
okay.
more. I forgot to mark them off.
So
it's the namesake of the show.
Sometimes people ask us to share flyers often, and sometimes people get flack from people saying, "Hey, stop talking about that." And I don't know if it's like necessarily like threatening. It's just sometimes people get tired of seeing these flyers. Maybe it's because they don't want to be sad. Maybe because they don't want to think of something bad, or maybe it makes them upset because they know something, they're not saying something. But at the end of the day, me and Ricky talked about it. We're going to share these flyers. We don't care.
Yeah.
We don't care if it makes anybody uncomfortable. Don't watch it, and we're not saying that to people that have nothing to do with the situation. If you had anything to do with any of these cases and you're watching this and it makes you uncomfortable because we share a flyer of something that you took part in, turn it off. We're not going to stop. And we're actually looking for you. So we're not going to stop. Mark Schultz is from Kansas.
Yes, he is. Yes.
But
and if I remember my facts about Mark Schultz correctly, he was adopted as well.
Really?
Yes.
But some people give us flack for talking about Dana Jane Bruce, but we don't care. We're going to talk about Dana Jane Bruce, and we're going to get her story out there.
Yep. She's missing from Sedalia, Missouri since October 4th of 2008. She was 23 when she went missing. She would now be 36. She is 5'2", weighs 98 pounds, has brown hair and green or hazel eyes. She was last seen at her children's babysitter's home in Sedalia. She had left the children there earlier that day so she could go out for the evening. She returned at midnight and gave the babysitter more money and asked her to watch the children for the rest of the night. Dana was seen at Malone's Bar on Main Street with a young man driving a late model red Ford F-150 on the night of her disappearance. She left with the man at 11:30 p.m. Police have identified the man Dana was with on the night she vanished. He traveled to Atlanta, Georgia, shortly after her disappearance, and police questioned him about Dana after he was arrested there on unrelated charges of marijuana possession and driving on a suspended license. Authorities have not named him publicly, but they are calling him a person of interest. He told his questioners that he and Dana parted ways after they left the bar, and he never saw her after that. She left all of her belongings behind, including her hairbrush and toothbrush. And she does not have credit cards, debit cards, a checking account, a cell phone, or a car. At the time of her disappearance, again, she was 23. She'd now be 36. She's 5'2" and weighs 98 pounds. She has brown hair that was colored brown at the roots and black at the ends with red highlights. And she had green or hazel eyes. She was last known to be wearing a black shirt with the word Rebel and silver lettering on the front and blue jeans. She has a tattoo of a teddy bear with wings and the name Dylan on her upper left arm, which you can see there on screen there. She's blind in her left eye. She has a 2-inch scar along her lower spine and a staple scar on her right shoulder. Her ears are pierced 1 time each. If you have any information regarding Dana's disappearance or you know of her whereabouts, please call the Sedalia, Missouri Police Department at 660-827-7823 or 660-826-8100. Or you can call the Missouri State Highway Patrol at 573-526-6178. Or they have a toll-free number, 866-362-6422. And see if we can't help get Dana found and brought back home. She's got loved ones that are looking for her and want her home. And Andrea's saying they can get over it. Dana's family needs to know what happened to her. And she has kids. It's just so sad. Yes, it definitely is. And I don't know if it was one of those situations where the guy, whoever she was with, tried to make a pass at her. She, was trying to brush off the advances, and he got violent over it. I mean, don't know if it's one of those situations or what the deal, but And Ellen Dotson says, thank you for sharing Dana Jane Bruce's flyer. We won her home. And I do know that Ellen is a family member of Dana's. So,
yeah.
And Trisha's saying, good show, guys. Thanks for all you do. You're very welcome, Trisha, and thank you. We try to do our best. Even when we're late, we still try to do our best.
Yeah. Sorry, there's a lot of behind the scenes for this page going on during this. I'm talking to Ashley Duft. I'm talking to a family member of AJ Perez. A lot going on back here, but
wow.
I think it was a great show considering neither one of us really. About 20 minutes before the show started, neither one of us were anywhere near thinking that was going to be a possibility that was going to happen. I was literally about to go to bed. I was like, well, I guess I'll just go to sleep. And I listened to your voice. I was like, oh my gosh, it was a show.
Yeah. So we'll just have to figure out if we do switch back to 10 o'clock closings at work, what we're going to end up doing on that deal. Diana Hayden says, I like the late show I get to watch.
Right. See, this is the thing. Me and Norm went back to Wednesdays, but the only reason I can do that is because he goes on at 9 o'clock at night, which is 7 my time.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one day a week that I can make. But with you, I have to take, it's like varies day to day. And it's just hard for me to ask my boss every week, can I have this day off? And so if we could figure out how to get the show on one day a week, I could. But that's something we've been trying to do for 2 years. But we'll figure it out.
We're doing it right now on Saturdays. I mean, we've been doing it on Saturdays. So
but then this next weekend we'll be able to be on until 11 o'clock at night. I mean, I'm down because it's going to be 9 o'clock my time. It'll be early for me.
I'll have to see, what they decide to do as far as closings and stuff, and go from there. It's like I said, I haven't heard anything definitive on it. I'm just assuming, but I know our Manhattan store. I work at Menards. Our Manhattan store, they close 8 o'clock all week. So, I mean, apparently they don't have the traffic we do, but let me just take a peek at something real fast here and see if they've adjusted the schedules to reflect that, or if they're still staying at 9 o'clock, or what they're doing here. Because the schedules are done 2 and 3 weeks out. So I'll look here and see.
Right.
Well, it looks like at least next week it's still 9 o'clock. So I don't know. It would be nice if it would stay that way.
Right.
Let me look ahead here and see what she's got after that. Crap. The week after that's 10. Yeah.
Trisha says she even drives to the Salina Menards.
Why
you can
in the
see.
heck? I could ask her about that, because why in the heck on the next Saturday that I work, she's going to be working until 11 o'clock.
Whoa.
What?
I got a mosquito living in this studio.
Trying
to kill it.
Wait a minute. I'm reading that wrong. Hold on. That's 9 o'clock.
Alan, thanks for stopping by. We're getting ready to get out of here.
That's 9 o'clock. No, it looks like 8 o'clock on that night. That's 9 o'clock. So next week's 9 o'clock. So the week that we do the next show is 9 o'clock, unless they change it. But it looks like it's the rest of March anyway. It's showing 9 o'clock. So we'll have to see if that sticks. That's where I work, Trisha's the Salina Menards. Been there coming up on 5 years. After I spent nearly 22 years at the Sears store here in town until we had to clean her out and close her up. Or close her up and clean her out.
Yeah.
So, let's see. Ellen's saying, have a great night. Great show every week. Diana, again, thanks for all you guys do. It matters and makes a difference in so many people's lives. Thank you. Yep, I believe that too, that we're making a difference in people's lives. You know, what I'm really truly hoping for is that we're making a difference in these young people's lives that repeatedly go missing, and hopefully they'll see that, you know, there's people that care enough to try to help get them found, and it'll make them rethink things. Say, hey, maybe I should stay put. Yeah.
Right.
That's what I'm hoping for.
Right.
One of my big hopes. But with that, should we go ahead and end it with a prayer?
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Okay. Well, Heavenly Father, thank you for bringing us together again tonight and bringing us, you know, so we could cover these missing persons and unsolved homicides. And as always, we ask that, you know, you reach the right ears, the right hearts, and the right people to get this information in, so these people can be brought home and so family members could have their answers that they want and deserve and need to know. And again, until we meet again next Saturday, you know, thank you again, Heavenly Father, and we pray these things in your name. Amen.
Amen.
If you or someone you know is experiencing a suicidal crisis or emotional distress, please call the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 1-800-273-8255.